Hey everyone, this is Southern Fried Chat again with Tony, the creator of flipthestockmarket.xyz, an amazing website that tracks the S&P 6900's performance against the S&P 500 and the top companies within it, as well as other countries that I've noticed. When did you start creating the website?
Yeah, so I started creating it around April. It was a pretty quick thing to put together. And I feel like there was a gap in the community at the time where we had this clear mission, of course, of trying to flip the stock market. We always talk about that, but there was no way to track the progress of it. There was nothing measurable for it. It just seemed like a really obvious thing in hindsight to create. But yeah, I'm glad that it was so well received, you know, within like the first day of it being uh, up live.
Yeah.
And it was actually the day where it was a pretty pivotal day, I would say in April, where Morad hopped on the Twitter space. And that was a space where he started telling people to move over to the other platforms and start infiltrating TikTok. And I think he put out the TikTok challenge like a week later.
Yeah.
That was a pretty like pivotal day, I feel like in the lore, the community's
Oh,
history,
yeah.
looking back.
Was that so
Yeah.
you put it out the day that spaces happened, or was it the same week, or what was it again?
So I started building it like the Friday of, and I remember the space going live maybe Sunday,
Yeah, it's usually
and
Sundays,
I
yeah.
was I was rushing. I was rushing to get it working. I remember I worked all through Saturday, and then Sunday there was still some bugs, and I was trying to fix
Yeah.
them real quick. And then I posted it. I made a tweet, and another Aeon in the call. I think his name is Ready Steady Go. He gave me a shout out in the space and told people to go look at it. And then everyone started retweeting, showing some love.
Yeah.
They gave some feedback. I fixed some more like mobile
Yeah, I remember
layout
that.
bugs.
And somebody
Yeah.
offered, I think, requested for a dark mode. I think was another
Oh yeah,
request.
yeah. Right, right. I had to put that together real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm definitely a dark mode user when it comes to X as well. I can't stand it the other
Uh,
way.
I actually switched to all light mode, everything, all my apps,
Oh God,
Twitter,
how? Why?
YouTube. It's just as I'm getting older, my eyesight is worse, so it's
Oh,
just
okay,
easier to. There's more contrast with the light mode. It
that's true.
feels.
It also probably, at least for me, it makes my eyes. The dark mode makes my eyes less fatigued. But the
Mm.
negative to that is it makes me not get as sick of looking at it. So the other way, I might not look at it as much.
Yeah, I feel like Discord, it's hard for me to read and parse information now because I do they even have a light mode for Discord? I'm not sure.
I don't know. I actually don't know about that. I don't think so. But I'm not
Mm.
positive. Yeah,
But yeah, that's how I feel with the dark mode now for
right,
these apps. Yeah.
right. To sound like it was pretty easy to set up, but was like what was the challenge in it, or what was there any difficulties at all, or
Um, I think it was pretty straightforward. I think at first I was hesitant to. I have to pay for an API to
okay,
get the data of the different companies.
yep,
So, um, but yeah, it's not really too much of a hassle. Like I think it's worth it to have this living dashboard for the community. It's not really. I don't
yeah, we
mind it.
appreciate
Yeah.
it. I figured you had to pay for an API of some sort. Where do you pull the data from? I was kind of curious about that.
It's from financial modeling prep. Yeah, financial modeling prep. So they just provide, real-time price updates of every company in the index.
Ah,
And I just make a request for every single company across all the different indices, whether it's the Japan's Nikkei
yeah,
or like the S&P 500. The one thing that I can't do in real time easily is update when the indices add a new company or remove a company. I have to go in and fetch that image myself or like add the image
gotcha.
asset for it.
Well,
Um,
so if but the rankings automatically move up and down. Is that
yeah,
okay? Gotcha. So
yeah.
it's just the pictures and that sort of thing that need to
The
be updated.
pictures I've kind of just grab them myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, that must have been a pain.
That yeah, for the Chinese index, I remember like 2 weekends ago, I had to go and one by one go and download the image, upload it to the server. That was a hassle, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
not too
cool
much.
though. Well, that I was just curious because I figured there was a good bit more that goes into it. It looks very sleek, so it's definitely cool. Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. And
Yeah, actually, I'll say that I vibe coded a lot of it. Like AI is so powerful now that you kind of tell it what you want to do. Obviously, you kind of have to know how to handle a lot of the bugs that come about. Because if you didn't know how to code and you didn't know how to resolve some of these issues, if you get stuck, you might just keep on
right,
prompting the AI with more and more like irrelevant things, and it might just spiral out of control.
right.
So it's good to know have some foundations, but otherwise, I think it really accelerated the speed of putting it together.
Yeah, I agree. I know that a lot of folks are scared of AI, and it's understandable. And it'll take a lot of jobs. There's a lot of negatives to it. But there's also a lot of positives to it, and you should be using it because it does like improve productivity and make you better at anything IT related for sure.
Mm, hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna that kind. I was going to. So I know I'm gonna skip around a little bit from what I was going to talk about because this leads me to a question. I saw that you're a you work for YouTube, right, as an engineer.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
that,
so I work on the mobile app. Yeah.
okay, cool. How is that?
Yeah, I really like it. So I studied computer science in school, and then once I graduated, I moved over here to the Bay Area,
Okay,
and I'm working in big tech. Um, but yeah, I really like working on these consumer products, and so I guess that's kind of why I also wanted to do this Flip the Stock Market website. And yeah, I guess maybe a little bit more about my work. I work on mobile full stack work at YouTube. So yeah, we do a lot of different UI changes for the app, adding new features. I work on a lot of things with related features.
oh cool.
Um, I probably can't mention the things I'm working on at the moment,
Okay.
but some of the past features include collaborative playlists. Not many people know about this, but you can create a playlist and invite people to it on YouTube now.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, similar to like the Spotify Jam. And you can
Gotcha.
also upvote, downvote videos within a playlist. That also launched pretty recently. So those were fun projects that I worked on in the past.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and the reason why I mentioned that and skipped ahead a little bit is because you mentioned AI. So like, how is AI transforming your role today?
Yeah, that's a good question because actually just maybe 2, 3 months ago in March, I think it wasn't that prevalent within the company to use AI to code.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really have the tools built in internally to have the coding agent where you tell it what you want to do and it goes and changes the code for you. But
Oh
now,
wow.
literally just 4 or 5 months in,
Yeah.
now everyone at the company is using this AI agent to code. So
Wow.
it's taking over all facets of the company, not just coding, but also
Yeah.
reviewing code that others
Wow.
send to you, or creating design docs. So usually before you start coding, you create some sort of plan. We call it a design doc, and you lay out all the different things you're going to change, how you're going to change it, and why it's the best approach, and you weigh the pros and cons. And so using AI to just help you explore all the different options before you start coding is also really important so that you save time once you get to the actual coding part.
Right. Um,
So yeah, it's
yeah.
taking over all
Wait. So
aspects.
that's the thing I think, and I'm still wrapping so there's the AI which I use a decent bit to like for instance with this show I'll take the video or I'll take the transcript from YouTube. Once it processes it, makes the transcript, I'll take that and I will make a text document out of it, and then I'll upload it to Grok. And I know you can use other ones to do it, but that's just what I use. And I'll upload it to Grok, and I'll be like, spit out YouTube chapters. Because I don't want to actually do that, you know. So and it'll spit it out, and I'll say make sure they're like 49 characters or less. I think that's the amount where you can actually see it, the full text. I think instead of it maybe doing like a little dots. Well, anyways, that shows the full text. But I'll tell it to do all that. So I use it a decent bit with this. I also, whenever I make my clips, I'll upload the transcript as well and say, give me like 15 ideas for 20-second or less clips, and it'll say about SPX or something like that, and it'll spit that out and show me exactly where to clip and edit them.
That's awesome. It tells you all the exact timestamps.
Exactly.
The clip one should start from 0 seconds
just
to
from
15 seconds.
Right, just from the transcript. And it'll tell you, it'll say like, yeah, this is what this is about, and it'll be like, you might want to use this. And then I'll some of them are not that great to me, but you'll find I do like 7 from every video, so you'll find 7 eventually if you just keep asking it. So, it's good. I usually end up telling it to make like 20, and out of 20 you'll find 7 that are really good. So, because
do you find like you have to trim it afterwards to get it exactly?
Yeah, you have to do a little, but sometimes it depends. If Grok 3 you do, Grok 4 is pretty much dead on.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I know there's other consumer apps where you pay for the service, and then you can just upload the whole stream. Like
I was doing that. Like Opus Clips does that, but honestly, it ends up being kind of junky, and then you end up having to edit it anyways. So it's to me, it almost takes more time. So I kind of prefer just to upload the transcript and go in and do it yourself. I'm sure eventually there will be one that's amazing and it'll be perfect, and that's what you would use. But I don't think it's quite there yet. It is pretty cool though, especially it will. And the way I like to make them, I like to make like an SPX kind of hype video at the bottom, and then put the interview at the top. That's sort of my formula. With Opus, it's kind of hard to get it to do that, but it's good if you don't really care about. If you just want to pump stuff out and you don't really give a crap, that's the way to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like my TikTok feed is completely like bombarded by those kinds of Twitch stream.
Yes,
the clippers. Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure they're using that because most of them are just. Yeah, if you just want to pump content out, you don't really want to think about it at all. That is the way to go, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you could tell it from Opus, you could be like, upload it to this, upload it to that. You can get it to do it all within there, and you can make it really automated. Yeah.
AI is getting so powerful. Yeah. Like another thing about AI, I'm hosting an intern at work, and so they interned last year as well at Google, and then they're interning again this year. But this year is the first time they've been able to leverage AI in their workflow. And so, they're lucky that they're able to come in and make use of all these tools. But like, it just shows that the rapid growth of this AI is making all of us more obsolete, for sure.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. And well, so and this was. Okay, so I didn't really get to my point. I got sidetracked telling you how I used AI, but what I was trying to get to my point was you're using AI agents to tell you. So that's different than me like plugging in stuff and manually doing stuff with the information. You're like, so can you explain the difference a little bit to people who don't really get that?
I would say it's ultimately the same thing. It's just the agent will take one further step and go and actually complete the action for you. So,
I feel like that's a big difference though.
It is a big difference because I don't have to go parse through. Let's say I'm editing a text document, and version 1 of the AI without the agent is just you copy the whole file into the prompt window, and then it spits out the full text document result, and you copy it, paste it back into your text editor. Whereas the agent, right, it goes through, parses the whole document for you. It knows exactly which line to insert it, and that saves a lot more time, for sure. Maybe double the speed.
Right.
So, and it can do that across so many different files simultaneously. So you have 4 text files open at the same time. It'll go and make the changes in each of the tabs for you, and then fire off a command to build the tests and run the tests and verify that everything's building. So it takes those extra steps. So that's
But okay, so how is it still making mistakes? You said before you still had to like it would make mistakes. Is it still making those kind of mistakes, or
I've found that when the context window is huge and you are pinning maybe 5 files, or maybe if a file has thousands of lines of code, it will inevitably make some mistakes. It's hard for it to parse through everything properly and accurately and keep all that in mind. But I'm not too worried about that. I mean,
yeah,
maybe in a month there'll be another next iteration of the model that will completely blow this previous one out of the water.
yeah, that's the
Like
crazy thing.
GPT-5 is coming out sometime this month, next month. So
Yeah, that's what's crazy. Is somebody said this I saw on Twitter. It's the worst it'll ever be today.
it's the worst that it'll ever be today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just going to get way better. So that's what's crazy
Yep.
is it's already so damn. I remember what in 2022 it was already kind of around, I guess, but at the end of 2022 is when ChatGPT had the ChatGPT moment that people always refer to. And I remember I was just like so enamored by it. I was like, "This is." I just remember thinking, "Oh, I thought it was some hype stuff. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal." But when I actually used it, I was like, "Whoa!" It was a big difference. It was just, you know what I mean? It was just crazy.
Right. Back then, I was looking at some of my older tweets on my Twitter at official Tony Ma, and I think in 2023, early 2023, I was trying to write some smart contracts for fun,
Okay.
and I was just doing some side projects, and I was trying to generate some test wallet addresses,
Okay.
and I was so like surprised and amazed that I could just tell ChatGPT generate 3 fake Ethereum wallet addresses, and it could spit that out for me. That's like the
Yeah.
most simple thing you could do now with any sort of AI. Like, if that
Yeah.
surprises you now, I don't. You're definitely not using it to its full capabilities.
Well, I when I first started using Chat, when it started, I guess memed, whatever you want to call it, back in 2022. At the end of it, I was like, I almost had like, I feel like I was having like fever dreams about it. It was like I just saw like the potential in it at that moment. I was like, holy fuck. Because I was using it, and what I was doing with it, I was kind of fucking with it because it was before all the they clamped down on it, kind of. So I was telling it to do a bunch of weird stuff. I was saying like, like pretend you're pretend you're these historical figures, and I'm talking to you. We're like in a chat room, and like we like chat with each other, and it would say all these interesting things, and I'd be like, okay, now pretend you're Jesus, and let's talk, and you're like acting as Jesus, and it would talk back to you, and it would sound like something that Jesus would say, or you could any kind of historical figure. And it was very interesting to see it take on that persona, which but then they stopped allowing it to do that because I think it would say some fucked up stuff. If it because eventually it said I'm just an LLM model, I'm not Jesus or whatever. I can't do this. Eventually it started saying that, and I was like, oh, okay, well that's the end of that one. But that you can kind of see that's still that idea is embedded in some of these new applications. Like I know there's probably multiple ones that do it, but Meta, you can like chat with an alien or chat with whatever, all these different little, that specifically
Oh,
designed
right.
characters.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. I think Grok is probably the least restrictive out of all of them.
yes, yeah, you
Have
can
you
still
seen the
fuck with
videos
that.
of,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, people talking to it in their Teslas? It's so unhinged. It just says whatever. I was watching a video of like Martin Shkreli trying to rizz up the female, the Marie Rose version 1. It's just, and he's clearly just trying to insinuate that he wants to, like do some stuff with it. And it's like reciprocating. It's
oh, well, you know where that's going. You know
kind of egging him on, yeah.
there's gonna be bots, and
Oh dear.
you know
Oh
all that's
dear.
coming. That's but that's gonna come. The one thing that I thought was really cool is the idea of if you could put like AI. I think this is already kind of happening, but the first thing that popped in my mind is like put it on an NPC character in a video game, and then it could like talk back to you, like you could actually have conversations instead of it being the static conversations.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And you could give each one like different program personalities, which is kind of like what I was saying with the chatting thing with Meta, where you could chat with different personalities, but you do that for different characters, and then you can just have like infinite conversations with them within the game.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. They're also, I've seen some products where people are putting an offline or even like a online LLM inside a stuffed animal, and
Oh
so it'll
wow,
just talk back to you and,
that's so weird.
just be a companion to a baby or something.
Yeah, that's so weird, man. This is so crazy. Yeah, no, it's so okay. They get back to where I was trying to go with it. I do get really excited about it because it is like cool. It's so fucking crazy.
It's so fun. Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
I love it
I
and I
love
hate it
learning
at the
about it.
same time.
Yeah.
Oh man, but so I was going to ask you: do you see a future where AI takes most jobs, including possibly yours at some point? Not maybe you'll have a different kind of job, but what do you think?
Yeah, there's a lot of like different theories, and it's hard to kind of make some bold predictions about exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, I feel like AI is going to take over every single industry, take over a lot of jobs, take over all the different tech innovation. And then at the same time, I think crypto is going to capture a lot of the financial innovation. And so if you're not kind of positioning yourself in like one of these two pockets, and I think even like if you're within the AI industry, if you work at one of these big tech companies, I think a lot of the upside for the potential AI progress in the next few years will still kind of accumulate at the top of the execs and the top shareholders.
Yeah,
So it seems like there are a lot of other, you kind of have to look towards other alternative assets like crypto. And, but even when you look towards crypto, you look at some of the big coins that are already really established, Bitcoin, the top alts. Um, there's who knows how much more upside there is for those coins. So you kind of want to start looking towards the even more far out, extreme, um, more risk on things that are more cutting edge.
yeah,
So that's kind of where I've been looking and why I feel like SPX, these kinds of communities are more cutting edge, and it's exciting to me. I'm more interested in trying to be on this frontier.
yeah. That's yeah. I agree. It's as exciting as AI is, and it's a very cool tool. Yeah, it's going to get captured by the big companies, and they're already so big. It's yeah, it is what it is. But and I think that's another thing is like SPX 6900 can is sort of the escape hatch from that world where pretty much all jobs are automated. There's robots everywhere, which I think is going to happen. Like blue collar, white collar, we're all kind of screwed eventually. Maybe a few gigabrain people will have jobs. Maybe you will be one of those, but you know what I mean. So it's going to get get kind of rough, I think. So SPX could be that sort of that escape hatch. So that leads me to the next where I was going to go. What got you into SPX 6900?
Yeah, so I've been in crypto since 2021. I was kind of like retail at the tail end of 2021. I think a lot of people
Oh yeah, I
came in
was.
at some
Yeah.
sort of peak. Yeah. It was not fun to join crypto at the peak of late 2021 when the next year everything was down only.
Mm-hmm.
Like I chose some of the worst investments. I tried to be, far out on the risk curve. Even at that time, I remember looking towards alts to try to position myself well. And since I had a tech background, I looked at things that were in the tech domain. So like Filecoin, if you remember, it
Yep.
was
Yep.
supposed to be a decentralized image database storage, but I don't really think there's any adoption for it. things like Sandbox VR, Axie Infinity, those have kind of really become irrelevant now. Like all those coins really peaked off hype and narrative in 2021, and now they're yeah, I don't know if I'm sure they have users, but the adoption just doesn't match their valuations at all.
Right.
And I had like Luna went to zero. I had money in BlockFi. I had the credit card too, the BlockFi credit
Oh,
card,
you were like in
because I think
you were like in all the big bubbles.
yeah, it was so unfortunate. It was so
Sorry,
unfortunate.
I don't mean to laugh at
And
you, but it's tough.
yeah, so
I fucked
like
up too, so don't feel too bad. It's all right.
yeah, all those things kind of led me to just taking a step back and getting out of crypto, being more playing it safe. I
Yeah,
started DCAing S&P 500 throughout 2022 to 2024, which is what all the other people do. It's a pretty stable, easy, laid back investing strategy. But I think ultimately I always come back to like the risk on things because I want to secure the financial freedom, and I think that it's important, especially now with the AGI looming ahead and the importance of capital being more and more high.
yeah.
So, like, I came back into crypto this cycle, end of 2024. I don't know if you remember the chill guy
Oh
meme.
yes,
It,
yes,
it it became huge on social media. So
yeah.
I came in through TikToks. I found it through TikTok,
Okay,
and
okay.
then through some TikToks, I interacted with some on my feed, and someone talked about Murad's list or
Really?
Murad's token 2049
Yep.
speech, and so I watched that. I kind of resonated with it and bought some of the coins on his list at the time, and I think I bought Giga, Popcat, SPX, maybe late November, but the only one which I feel like resonated with me and the only one that I saw going up was SPX at the time.
Yeah.
So I swapped everything out to SPX. Um, but yeah, a lot happened from January through March, which is really where like the conviction builds up. But um,
Yeah, for me too, for sure.
yeah, yeah, and I can go on about that as well.
No, yeah, keep
Um,
going. Yeah, no,
okay,
keep
yeah,
going.
I would say yeah, January through March is when because after the Trump coin came out, I participated in that, and
Okay.
so after doing well on the Trump coin, I think I had this false sense of um, intelligence where I thought that okay, this is so easy, I can keep on playing
Yeah.
these games but but really it ended up just being like um, an increasingly more insider game where the half life just kept on getting shorter and shorter for all the new launches, like the Vine coin,
Oh, I
Dilly
forgot about
Jelly,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
uh-huh. And then ultimately it culminated with Libra, where
Oh God, I
I
forgot
I
about
I
that one.
participated in Libra. So
No way, really? Oh
yep,
man.
that was the most eye-opening part of the whole cycle for me, and it forced me to really. It was sobering because
Yeah.
I literally lost 75% of everything I had put into crypto, even more because I was swapping a lot of my other assets into crypto at the time throughout January through March, and so that experience of Libra just completely rugging and being exposed as a scam was sobering, really.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where SPX was actually the hero, the savior here, in forcing me to take a different approach. Um, I remember the day after Libra, there was a space where it might have been SPX hosted, or maybe Murad jumped on some other influencer space. But
Mhm.
what I took away from that space was that um, it was really just that his thesis that he had been talking about for months prior. I think he even tweeted about this in July 2024, so way before the pump fund ecosystem took off.
Yeah.
But he had always been preaching that it would be PvP coins versus PvE coins, and there'd be a clear separation between the two, and you had to gravitate towards the PvE coins. And it really is true. So throughout March, it was probably some of the lowest points in crypto. The whole community, the whole sentiment online was just completely in the gutter.
Hmm.
But all of the Cognosphere was completely, they were holding their ground, and um, I think that was very inspiring. It gave me a lot of hope as well to keep on pursuing crypto, to keep on staying in the space. Um, this is when I also was able to take the time to go in and study some of SPX's early history. So I went through the Telegram, went through a lot of the pinned resources, went through the on-chain holders, looked through their transaction history, looked at when they bought, when they sold, what did they do when the coin pumped in October 2024. So all this kind of strengthened my conviction all the way up until April, where I decided I wanted to be a part of the reason why SPX uh, played out the way it has been playing out. So that's when I decided to take action,
Yeah.
ultimately leading to the site, and it's been great. I've been loving it. I've been shilling it to people IRL. Yeah,
Love it.
it's been a journey. It's been quite a journey.
What kind of reactions do you get?
Um, so I have one friend who works in quant, and I think those people are more open to taking riskier bets, or they're more open to these different alternative assets. He does a lot of Kalshi trading, so I think he's more open to these kinds of things. Another person I've spoke to about this is, although he's a poker player, he's still not very open to it. I think it took a long time to get him on board, but ultimately he is on board now. Um, but I still don't think he sees the community for what it truly is, and he doesn't get the full Aeon experience, because
No.
he's not reading the tweets, he's not tapping in, he's not consuming the content. Because I think it's completely different once you start consuming the content and you realize that there's more benefits than what you can see on the surface.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, if you're just passively investing, it would be easy to lose conviction at different times. And yeah, getting involved is by far the best thing you can do, especially in these early stages because it's so volatile. Um, I saw the people who made it in Bitcoin or the people who were knee deep in it from the get go. They weren't like the ones who passively invested and freaked out and sold it when it dumped from 300 to 100. You know what I mean? Because they didn't really understand it. So, and I also agree. It's like it's so much fun being on X and reading content, and listening to it, and reading it and experiencing it, and yeah, it's different for sure. So when you flipped to making the website, was there like a wait? What like was there a what was the straw that broke the camel's back? Where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do it, or was it just kind of gradual?
Um, I think it was more so just that I wanted to contribute in some way, and I think building websites was definitely right down my alley, and it seemed like a pretty obvious gap. It seemed like we needed some sort of dashboard like this to track the progress. I was surprised no one had built it actually,
Yeah,
considering it had been like over a year and a half since the inception of the coin. But I also knew that the SPX community has the fastest product market fit. If you want to do anything within the community, SPX related, you'll get feedback so fast. You'll get users so fast.
yeah,
I'm not to say that like this is purely like a vanity thing for the sake of getting users, but
Yeah.
it's more like a call to action to say that if you have any sort of endeavor that you want to pursue, right? This is the fastest thing that you can get users, you can get people um, feedback there, you can get them to talk about it, and it gives you a sense of fulfillment for sure
Oh,
to feel that contribution.
yeah, and I totally agree, and it's even true even if you just want to create memes or videos like I'm doing or other people have created videos. It's instant, and people in the community want to like it, so they will take the time to participate. And it's not like they're just going to try it. They will actually try it, like you said, and give you feedback. So, as I remember
Mhm.
when you released it, I had you tweeted about SPX before. I didn't really remember you until you did the
Um,
website.
I think I tweeted 2 or 3 times before
Okay,
that, but
so
that
that
was really my first real contribution.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fourth tweet then. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because prior I was just on tech Twitter, just consuming the startup related content, and yeah, I didn't even follow too many Aeons prior to that. It was more so after creating the website that I started following everyone else. I think I had only followed a few, maybe Mung, Baprol, Nicole at the time.
Yeah,
But then now I just follow back every single Aeon. I want it to infiltrate my feed. I want to be up to date with everything, because that only strengthens the conviction, helps me understand what we're really after. Um,
yeah, that's
yeah, I
crazy.
think that's really the only way to really get completely immersed.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think that's the for those that don't want to use X. I think that's the kind of the reason we have tried to do these other apps is to make people feel that experience on TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, and Instagram. And I think you really can now. We're definitely the strongest on X just because there's just so much there and so much network effect that's already happened there. But I feel like on TikTok now I can go to my following and all I see is 1,000 SPX videos, so that's pretty cool. And then when I go to
That's
Instagram,
awesome.
it's
Wow.
sort of
Yeah.
similar.
Okay, that's awesome. You
Yeah.
don't see any other things in your feed. It's just
If
straight
I'm
up.
on following, if I'm on For You, it'll be
Ah,
like half and half. But
okay. I feel like on X, even my For You has become,
oh yeah,
75%
yeah,
Aeons.
absolutely. Unless I interact with a rage bait, and all I see is bullshit. You know what I mean? Like some crazy
Try to
video.
keep that to a minimum.
Yeah, I try not to interact with it because it will start becoming more prevalent. But yeah, no, it's great. And Instagram similar. Yeah, and YouTube I think is just like our weakest. Honestly, YouTube is. But
Right.
yeah, I'd like to see
Yeah.
that grow more.
More friction with the long form. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think people can just repurpose it on shorts, YouTube shorts.
yeah, that's what I've been doing. As soon as we started moving over, I posted every short I make on everything, just everything I posted.
Yeah.
But it may or may not do good, but I just post it. Why not?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just build up the archive so that once things start to pick up more traction, they'll have something to go back and look at.
Exactly, exactly. That was my thought too. And it has picked up. I mean, I started the YouTube channel, and the podcast is the big reason why this has happened. But I've got, I mean, I had 0 subscribers, nothing, and all I've posted is SPX stuff, and I got like 220 now, which I think is pretty decent.
A lot. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've tried YouTube before like 4 times, and I've never gotten anywhere near that, so I feel pretty good about
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean by like product market fit. When you start creating content for this community, there is no other community that will have your back on day one as fast as SPX does. Like maybe the only thing I can think of that's somewhat comparable is I don't know if you know like K-pop edits that show up on
I've heard, yeah, I've heard
TikTok.
of it. Yeah,
Yeah, they do like the Y2K-ish type of edits, and they zoom in and like focus on one specific character in their K-pop group or something.
yeah,
Um, yeah, those kinds of communities are very cultish, and
gotcha.
they have a lot of, you know, raids or distribution somehow.
Interesting.
But SPX is a whole nother level. There's more sense of community, yeah, and
Yeah,
alignment.
it's deep, and I think it's got a lot to do with the community values, and the mimetics to a
Right,
degree. Like just a simple
right.
thing of people just randomly saying "I love you" to each other, I think is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's so simple,
yeah.
but
Uh-huh. Yeah, with K-pop edits, I don't know what's the glue holding people together. It's their their fascination with a certain person, but
yeah,
that yeah, that seems fragile. I don't know. More
yeah.
fragile than
That seems like another meme coin, honestly. Which meme coins have community. Other meme coins have community too.
uh-huh.
That like, but it's not. And I've been a part of them. It's not the same. It's SPX is a whole other level.
Whole nother level.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it can be fun. I mean, it's fun being. I've been a part of some NFT communities too, and it can be a lot of fun and enjoyable. But it's not the same. Yeah, it's just not the same. I don't. It's just SPX is
hmm
a bigger goal and a bigger vision than those.
Yeah. Yeah, my experience with like some other communities that I've kind of observed, been in their Telegrams or Twitter group chats is they just feel more grimy, more
Yes.
chaotic. Yeah,
Yes.
just the culture is a big thing. I feel it's not as inviting. It's not as welcoming. You wouldn't really necessarily want to onboard your friends to something
No.
like that. I don't know. People just shouting and cussing and
Yeah.
um.
Yeah, it's just kind of wacko level, and it does kind of affect your psyche to a degree. Um,
Oh yeah, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
that's not good. So you don't. It's what you take in is what you are. So you don't want to be surrounded by that,
hmm
in my opinion.
hmm
But yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, and it can be fun. It's fun being a little asshole, which is what I call it. Just being a little menace. It is kind of fun, but you don't want to do that all the
Yeah.
time. It's not good. It
Yeah,
doesn't last
right,
forever.
right,
It gets old.
right. Yeah, I don't know if you can build lasting relationships with people if you're constantly in that kind of like cutthroat environment, or if you're like backstabbing each other and just trying to, you know, dump on each other and yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And if the people who end up left are just bag holding and are the nice guys, basically,
Right, right.
the nice
That sounds
guys.
like that's what's gonna happen.
The nice guys finish last in those scenarios, and it's
Right.
actually
The
very
people
true
who
in
are
that.
too like morally upright to want to just dump it all at once,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get stuck. Yeah.
yeah. Maybe that's why SPX attracts a lot of good-hearted people. Is they've all been screwed, and they're like, we recognize what this is for what it is, and we're gonna
Yeah,
go to
literally,
SPX.
it's like a refuge for all the people who have fled from all the other like turmoil, like, you know, turbulent communities and things.
Yeah, somebody made a. I might have made this meme, or somebody made this meme. I can't remember, or I copied them. I don't remember, but then like a Noah's Ark meme, and the SPX is like the ark kind of
Oh, I think I've seen that. I've
thing.
seen that. I think I've seen that. Yeah, that's such an accurate analogy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah, it definitely is. So would you consider yourself an Aeon? April is probably when you would say you were an Aeon at that point.
Yeah, that lines up pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that, I was more passive, didn't really understand it to its full extent, but yeah, April, I'd say.
Yeah, for me too. It was like I was in it since October, and I actually like posting in it, but I was involved in other things, in other communities. But in April is when I was like, "Yep, I'm focused on SPX now." Yep.
Yeah, I feel like April was a big wave of newcomers where we evolved too as a community. I feel like we've really made a lot of leaps since then, and it's only
Oh
been
yeah.
4 months since then. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, the output and the content, everything has like tenfold.
And the quality and quantity has gone. I actually tweeted that the quality and quantity is going parabolic.
Yeah, yeah, seriously, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. It's just, I mean, you can really spend. I mean, you could just consume it pretty much if you didn't want to mess with anything else. But It's kind of crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm like struggling to find time to listen to all the long form. I've made it through the backlog of all your podcasts actually.
No, you didn't. Really? Thanks.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow.
So I love hearing about the other people's personal stories and just getting to know who are the other, aeons around me. Who am I surrounded by?
Yep.
Who's in the community with me? It's important to know that. Because it's also a representation of you and what you stand for. So,
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to mention this. Tony reached out to me to be on here, so if you want to be on here, reach out. You can be on here. I don't mind. And I was like, yeah, sure, it sounds great.
yeah, no, thank
You
you.
want to be?
Thank you
If
for
you want to be
accepting the
on, let me
request.
know. If you want to be on,
For
let me
accepting the
know. You'll be the
request.
first in line.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So no, but I'm glad that you did. I thought that was really cool because it's like somebody reaching out to me. Like what? That's crazy.
Yeah, did you not think people would be interested in kind of sharing their path, their story?
No, I do think people would be interested. I didn't think. I'm surprised how fast it took off, really, because I didn't start. I first
Mm,
started our first interview in June, like the end of June. So like, was that
hmm.
a month and a half, like 7 weeks ago, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of going fast. How quick it's picked up. So yeah, no, I'm fairly surprised that it's gotten to the point to where somebody's aware of it enough to ask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's great, just community building, and like I thank you for all the effort you put in because I know it's not easy to you go and edit everything and just the time you have to spend to be on these calls every week or so, maybe a couple times a week. So
Yeah,
yeah, I thank you for your service, really.
well, I
I've been
appreciate
enjoying
it.
them so much.
Oh, that is amazing. Oh, that's the other idea. You explained exactly what my idea was. Give people who are in the community a voice and a place to talk about
Mm,
themselves. That was the whole idea, and so I think that's what I'm trying to do. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. If I'm only doing one a week right now, and then like I did like the lightning special with I'm Batman or Giovanni. Have you seen that one?
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about where he
I've
almost got
seen it.
struck by lightning, which is
Yep,
crazy.
yep.
So that was like a random one I did just because it happened. It was kind of cool to get him on as soon as possible. But most of the time, the cadence is going to be once a week. But anyways, my point is, I've already if I could do the ones that I have planned for this month, I'll have enough content through the 1st of October.
Okay, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
already.
You have a tight schedule. Yeah,
Yeah,
busy schedule.
and I get it, and I have like yours is not coming out till like the end of like 3 or 4 weeks, like end of
That's
August,
good.
I believe. So
I'm gonna
yeah,
be waiting here in anticipation.
yeah. I'm glad I got a backlog though. I hate the idea of like, okay, I got one to get one out. That would stress me out.
Yeah.
Uh,
People need some time to digest it too. I don't
yeah,
know if I could handle one a day. It's a
yeah,
lot.
yeah. One a week I think is perfect, and then I'll do. I think I'll do like the occasional like one off if something crazy happens and I want to talk to somebody real quick. I'll put it out real quick. That kind of thing.
Mm,
That's my idea at least.
gotcha.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if like Murad wanted an emergency podcast, I would do it real quick
Oh,
for him.
drop everything. Drop everything. Yeah, we gotta forget about the other uploads.
Yeah, that would be funny. But no, generally, I like to have him plenty of time to do it, make it good. I actually care about the content. I don't want to pump out 30,000 clips instantly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you don't want to burn out either.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. And yeah, again, if anybody wants to be on, just let me know. I'll definitely will let you on. Um,
Mm.
I saw. Well, well, you've already kind of described your passion, and it sounds like that your passion is being fueled by the community more than anything, right?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think I've felt this like amount of motivation to get up and do something for another community. Well, I there is one other thing that I've done like a project for. I play table tennis, so
Okay.
I built a little widget or tool for calculating your table tennis ratings.
Well.
It's part of like USA Table Tennis organization rating system. Okay, yeah, we don't have to get into that. That's just
No, 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 go
a little
ahead. No,
side note.
I'm listening. Go ahead. I find it interesting.
Oh, okay. I mean, no, there's not much else to say. It's more so just like that's another community where I felt that I play a big part in, and I want to help provide tools using my skill set
Yeah,
to contribute. So that was really the thought process here as well. Just what are my skill sets? How can I provide? Um, what would people appreciate? Yeah.
exactly. Do you have any other ideas or thoughts? Did you add the other countries like Japan, China, and so on? Was that a later edition?
Yeah, that was a later addition. I think for me, I wasn't sure how I was gonna get the data as well. I didn't look into it when I first started. Um, but yeah, later on I realized that I wouldn't actually have to pay more for a separate API. The same API could cover this same data. So it wasn't too much of a hassle to get that as well. And I think I got another tweet from Ready Steady Go who requested it. So yeah, I mean, I'm open to any other additional features on the website. I don't know what else could make sense on the website, but I'm sure there's things I could add to it to make
Yeah,
it better, more complete.
yeah. I think it's. Well, is there like another idea, like another website potential or anything like that, or not yet?
Not at the moment, but I'm definitely open to it. One thing I've been thinking about is using VO3 to just do video gen and
Yeah,
generate some maybe little skits or intros or some sort of short form content.
that'd be
I
sick.
think yeah, because I've played around with it a little bit. The feedback loop is kind of slow because you enter a prompt, you sit for 2 minutes, it might turn out bad. You have to go and change the prompt, waste another 2 minutes.
It's painful.
That's the only downside. Yeah,
Yeah. Eventually, that'll probably be 2 seconds, but it'll be a while.
2 seconds.
Yeah, that'll be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So you probably get a free subscription to that since you work for Google, right?
No, actually, I don't. I don't even get YouTube Premium for free. I pay for
No,
that. I pay for that
really?
out of my own pocket. Yeah,
Dang, I figured you'd get all that stuff for free.
I could log in with my internal company account and just use it internally, but I don't know if I can do that, in good faith. I shouldn't be doing that.
Oh man, I figured they'd give that to y'all. Oh well, I guess they
Yeah,
figured
no,
they pay you
surprisingly they
enough.
don't.
Well, you
We
get
have too
paid for
many
it.
employees now. It's just
Yeah.
cost of it is too high. I don't know.
So yeah, the VO3. I mean that I'm sure that costs a lot per prompt. I guess right. Like every time you tell it to do something, I'm sure it costs a bit every time you tell it to generate a
Yeah,
video. I'm sure it's pretty expensive. I'd imagine.
yeah. I mean, if you do the subscription, I think you just get it for $20 a month. But I don't know. I don't know if Google's losing money on every prompt. It's
Yeah.
probably pretty costly for them to generate that.
Yeah. I imagine. Um, How does it? Again, this is you work at Google and YouTube specifically, but that's what you work on specifically. But how does it feel to be in a community that aims to flip your company?
Yeah, that's an interesting thought process. Um, hmm. It's interesting because actually I know Matt Beck, right?
Yeah.
I think he works at some hedge fund, or he used to work at a hedge fund. Actually, I don't know exactly what his role is now. Maybe he works at a crypto
It's
fund.
it's something. Yeah,
Um,
managing
but yeah, I
money.
know we
Yeah.
have some other institutional investors within the community, so it's interesting to hear what their thoughts are as well about participating in this movement coin whose goal is to essentially go against their sort of 9 to 5 job. Um, but yeah, I don't know. There's not much intersection though right now at the moment between SPX and my role. So I don't think about it too much. This is Um,
Okay, so you might start thinking about it when we get to a trillion. We're actually
yeah,
like,
maybe I should start thinking about it. Yeah, maybe I should be worried. Or maybe I shouldn't. I'm correctly hedged with SPX to not have to, you know,
yeah, Google and SPX are the perfectly hedged strategy.
the perfect hedge strategy.
Have
Yeah,
one foot in the old, one foot in the new.
one friend.
Which
Right,
Google still feels very new to me. It's funny, like people who are like real old, they think Google. I mean, it's been around for a while, but people that's still like super new to a lot of people, if you know what I mean. Like older folks. The idea of, and then Bitcoin is like, oh, crazy, and then this would be like not even fathomable. I don't think some people could fathom it. Like literally
right.
unfathomable.
It's completely unfathomable right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a lot of people, older people.
No utility. What the hell is going on?
Yeah. That's what I don't. Were you did you ever go down the Bitcoin rabbit hole at all, or were you much into Bitcoin? It sounded like you went more alt last cycle.
I've actually gone back and studied more of the Bitcoin um, thought process this cycle. Last cycle, I had no idea what I was doing, really. I was following the advice of some YouTubers, pretty much,
Sure.
following Reddit posts, and so by the time you start following advice from those platforms, you're way too late. You're the one that's exit liquidity.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think understanding, Bitcoin is the most important thing for understanding all of crypto and how everything else came to be. Like, how did ETH kind of provide value on top of what Bitcoin couldn't accomplish? What Bitcoin means versus fiat.
Yeah.
It's been interesting, and I think a lot of it was me wanting to dive deeper into who Morad was, and then I
Yeah.
realized that he had a lot of Bitcoin podcasts. So I went down that rabbit hole. So I have to thank Murad for giving me, the lens into this whole Bitcoin SPX.
Yeah. 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 I was a Bitcoin maxi see 2021. I was kind of like dabbling. I didn't know what I was doing. I bought a little of this, bought a little of that. I didn't take it very seriously, thankfully, so I didn't put a lot of money in. But then in 2022, I built conviction, and that's when I became basically a Bitcoin maxi at that point. But over time, I started to see value in things like Solana. I thought that was really interesting, and also made me realize Ethereum has value too. And that's what led me into meme coins. And eventually realizing SPX is the best one. And I know that some people say that's PvP, but that's just how I feel. But
Yeah, yeah,
it's so powerful because it's with PBAs, meme coins, whatever you want to call them. You especially SPX, you have limited supply. There's no inflation at all. Technically, it's better tokenomics than Bitcoin. Bitcoins are very good, but technically, it's better. And it's just a pure demand thing. So if there's people DCAing and there's more people coming in, the price will go up. It's very simple. And to keep people interested and keep people wanting to come back is this community who's growing and putting the effort in. So it's like that's what Bitcoin was. So then it kind of you connect the two, and you realize there's value in other communities as long as they have relation, kind of those Bitcoin esque. It doesn't have to be the same memetics, but that sort of you actually like the coin. It's not like you're pretending. Some people are like in some other meme coin communities. Deep down they're going to dump it at some point. They're ready to dump it, and that's how a lot of communities are. They don't actually care about the coin. They're just using it as a vehicle to do a quick pump. So, anyways, yeah, Bitcoin definitely helped me understand SPX as well.
hmm yeah. I like the analogy that Murad uses about these cult coins being like a financialized guild. I don't know if you've played like MMORPGs in the past.
I am not really. I'm very aware. All my friends did, but I wasn't really into them.
Okay. Yeah, I used to before playing COD, I used to play MapleStory. That was my
Oh
favorite
yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah,
MMORPG. Okay, you know MapleStory.
yeah,
Yeah, but like the in the game, the guild aspect is so fun. It's so core to the whole game, the whole social aspect of it. But just like the guild aspect where you do the quest together, you go on boss runs together, you level up as a guild together. Um, all these things are like reflected in the SPX community. Like we have our own types of quests. Like people are going and evangelizing on the streets. You have people printing out the stickers, posting them around the city. Like these are quests in themselves. And you
yes,
have like other people doing creating merch, creating rugs. Like that the one person who I've seen, I really like that rug that's been posted, getting
yeah,
posted every
yeah.
day.
That was funny.
Surge, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, that's a beautiful rug. I want to buy that rug once it's available. Honestly, I
yeah.
really want to buy that rug.
Dude, yeah, that one's hilarious. It's so funny. It's like here's a rug, and it's all these random locations. It's like what is
Different
going
locations.
on?
Yeah,
There's a
but
picture
that's
of this
it.
rug.
You create a way to, you know, draw attention to the community and contribute in your own creative way. So
Yeah, I love it
I
too.
love it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. No, I agree with that analogy too, and the way you described it is gives more context to it. And I didn't really play MMOs much, but I did play plenty of like RPGs. Like in general, that's kind of a core thing. Do your side quest, whatever. So
Mm.
yeah, whenever we went to TikTok, I made a post that said it's like X, our little hub world, where we come to talk and rejuvenate, and then we go out and do all these quests or whatever, and then we
Yeah,
bring it
it's like
back.
the town square, and then we kind of surface new ideas, and then
Yeah,
like reach consensus, and everyone gets on board to start doing the next action.
yeah,
Yeah, and like when everyone takes all these actions and completes these quests, we level up as a whole community. Like in the game, you'll get maybe double XP or something if your guild level goes up, or you'll get attack buffs or stronger equipment, things like that.
it's so
So
true
like
though.
for
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, for SPX, it's like we level up financially, or we level up spiritually, like physically, mentally. So there's so many parallels.
well, also you could say if you've been posting and you're getting more traction, then the bigger it gets, the more traction you get. So it's like you kind of your engagement levels up too, in a sense, as well as the
Yeah,
community
yeah,
grows.
yeah, totally,
Yeah,
totally. Like sense of belonging and yeah, some sort of purpose.
exactly. Yep, totally. Okay, let's have a couple more questions. How bullish are you? And I know you're bullish, but I just want to get your thoughts on that.
I'm so bullish. I'm full ported. That this is the only thing I'm invested in, really. So,
I love that.
like, um, I don't even know if I should say this, but I've sold all my company stocks. I'm all in on
Wow,
SPX.
dude,
So
that's
like I'm
amazing.
yeah, literally. I truly believe in the mission. I truly believe in the community. We're investing in the community, really. So,
Yeah,
um, I'm so bullish. I'm so bullish.
that's
Yeah.
amazing, dude. That's amazing. I love that. I would be okay. Let me put it this way: if I was younger and wasn't married with a kid, then yeah, I would be full ported too. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, yeah. The younger you are, the more like risk tolerant you can be. So, I'm glad that I'm in a position to be able to take this risk at this age. Um, but I don't even really see it as a risk, honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I really do see it as a multi-cycle coin. Um, so it's a patience game now. It's building. It's about building conviction, building um, your understanding of the community, so that you don't leave early. Yeah.
Exactly. That is exactly right. That's the biggest. It keeps you down, keeps your conviction. Yeah, it keeps
Hmm.
you making bad decisions. Another thing you said, even though you made some bad choices with Libra and that sort of thing,
Hmm.
SPX kept you there and it kept you going, and then it made you realize how important it is, and you've doubled down, tripled down, and you're more in it than ever.
Hmm.
So it made you. The community helped you make good decisions. That's definitely a
Hmm.
utility.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Unseen benefits. Yeah.
exactly. Any final thoughts you'd like to leave?
Um, I would say just find your own way to contribute. Like think about what are your skill sets? How can you find your own creative way to contribute? Um, because we're gonna need it. We're gonna need everyone to pitch in and contribute in your own way. Like some things that I've thought about that could be interesting ideas are creating different like knitting or embroidery, like crochets. Maybe people can create SPX themed Twitter banners. I know there's not really like a unified Twitter header that we have in the community. Um,
That's true.
Maybe people who are like magicians can do card trick videos, like coin trick videos. If you're like a dancer and you do choreo, you can like create your own dance videos and edit it with some SPX related things. Kind of like how the surfer did the his surf video and
Hmm.
he added SPX editing to it. Um, yeah, those are some of the things I've thought about that we could tap into as a community. And I'm sure there's people out there who can, you know, capture those ideas.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
another one was like if someone created plushies, like a
Mm.
Marie Rose plush, I would probably buy that, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, or even like just a coin, like a coin plush would be kind of cool
Yeah,
too.
yeah, coin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
a
is
lot
a
of
neat
ways
idea.
to contribute. So,
Yeah.
um,
Speaking of dancing, uh, I haven't. Well, I know user Aeon1, who's very big in the community, has like DJ videos where they DJ'd with
oh,
yeah lots
right.
of DJ stuff. So that's pretty cool. And also, I can't remember their name. It's something I don't remember the name. But anyways, it's a smaller account. They do like choreographed like fighting, like nunchucks and like with a I don't know a stick I guess like kung fu kind of
Oh,
dance
huh.
type thing, martial arts type thing.
Oh,
He
wow.
posts one every day. He's like in the name of SPX. He like does all this like stuff every day.
It's like a video of them training,
Yeah, it's
like
like a
doing some.
kind of. I'll find it and send it to you. I can't
Okay,
remember their name.
okay,
I can't
cool.
remember their name, but yeah,
Okay.
I'll find it. It's kind of neat. It reminds me of what you said, but yeah, dancing would be cool too.
Yeah, so it doesn't just have to be like writing content, writing tweets or books or, you know, tech content or it can be anything really. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's this other account too. I don't know if you've seen it. Um, ooh, I can't remember their name either, but I'm gonna remember both their names and put it in the description as well. But they also every day they've been posting a journal of the handwritten
Okay,
journal.
huh.
It's like every day that they write like two full pages, like a lot of writing, and then they take the picture of it and post it. And every day they tweet it, and then just keep building upon it. And you can like click through and read their whole journal. And it's like SPX focused to a degree because like I saw this today or I did this, and then I've worked out and I did. It shows their progress. They're trying to get in better shape and stuff, and it's neat.
Okay, wow. I need to tap in more because I'm not seeing these.
Well, you probably see stuff I
Yeah.
haven't seen. That's just crazy. There's so much stuff.
Okay, huh. Yeah, within the same community we're getting served different feeds, sub feeds of SPX.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's so much. I saw a video the other day, or saw something. I can't remember what it was now, but I was like, "How did I not know this? This is amazing."
Yeah, yeah, wow. I want to be on top of everything. I want to know everything
Well,
that's going
I get
on.
anxiety about it. Not really, but kind of. I'm like, I'm not. There's no way I can keep up with all this. This sucks. But you know,
Yeah. At least for the like the videos, I can play it in the background while I'm at the gym or
yeah,
like driving to work. So,
yeah,
yeah.
awesome. Well, I appreciate that you like them, and I appreciate that you watched them all. And also,
Yeah,
thanks for
yeah.
reaching out, man. It really means a lot. That
Yeah,
was
I
really
mean,
cool.
hopefully more people do the same.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, and I appreciate you coming on for sure, and I know people loved hearing talking about you, hearing you talk. People are using their website, your website, in their usernames, like the profiles for X. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like you can
Oh,
put a web.
I've seen one or two people, yeah,
Several people
put
have
it in the
done that,
bio.
and just so a lot of people really like it, and it's a
Appreciate it.
permanent thing. Yep, it's a permanent piece of the community for sure.
Happy
So
to see that. So happy to see that.
yes, yes. So I'm sure they'll love to hear you talking and see your face and everything. So
Awesome. Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on. It's been a pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
oh yeah, man. If you made it up to this point, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find Tony's X account below and his website, flipthestockmarket.xyz, and the other accounts that I've called out. I'll look those up too. Please check those out. Until next time, persist forever, Aeons.
Persist forever.